So it is time to take a look at some of the matches on the menu today using the UTR, that's the Universal Tennis Rating, new algorithm that evaluates players and matchups, emphasizing recent results and margin of victory and strength of opponent. We're going to start on the women's side today with COCO Vandeweghe taking on Kirsten Flipkens. COCO is 25 on the rankings, Flipkens is 57. What does the UTR tell us?
Well, it's interesting. Both these players, I mean, COCO hasn't won a match since her Togenbosch. Flipkens lost in qualifying this summer. These are players both that need a little bit of momentum, need some wins. COCO falls out of the top 40 if she loses this match. Trending UTR goes a little bit in Flipkens' favor. So what do we, is 800s, is that a big discrepancy?
I think that's an infinitesimal discrepancy.
Okay.
But how about this? Numbers aside, in this matchup, this is intriguing, is it not? Because it's one of the most powerful players in women's tennis against kind of a crafty variety player, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the court surface we've talked about that's playing slower on some of those outside courts as well. That should favor Flipkens, but it all depends on COCO's health. How is her ankle? How is her movement? And we'll see out in the match.
All right, next match on the women's side is the pride of Pittsburgh, PA, Riske, taking on Sorana Cirstea of Romania. Ali's tour ranking is 75. Cirstea's is 51. What does the UTR tell us?
Well, that trend tells a lot, that Riske should like her chances in this match against Cirstea, who's a little bit of a hit-or-miss player. On the hard courts, that also favors Riske. So rankings be darned. I think Riske wins this match.
Riske is also a really good grass court player, isn't she? She made a couple quarterfinals at tour level. She won the Surbiton Challenger. The fact that these courts are playing slower, is that kind of anti-Riske?
I think so. Her ball may sit up a little bit, but she's got a good frame of mind. And look, I just love going with the numbers. And then for me, I take educated guesses, which tend to turn out to be not so educated.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you yesterday?
All right, we'll get to that in a minute. Let's switch to the men, look at a couple of matches using the UTR on that side, starting with Alex de Minaur, the young Aussie, and TARO Daniel from Australia. What do we have here?
Well, for de Minaur, he has absolutely jumped onto the scene this year, and I love the surface. Let's not remember, it was Washington just a few weeks ago where he got to the final, and TARO Daniel's played a couple of hardcore tournaments this summer, qualified and got to the semis in Winston-Salem, but then was on clay early in the summer. Just taking a look at these numbers, you have to look at the trends, and you look at de Minaur just nudging ahead a little bit, which kind of coincides with the ATP ranking. This court surface, too, actually, I think it's going to be a struggle for both of these guys because neither one has a huge weapon.
This gap was even larger before last week when TARO Daniel made the semis in Winston-Salem. This is our last one, Big Foe and the French lefty Mannarino, Jim.
Well, the trending UTR tells us that Tiafoe is the favorite here. Mannarino is a very clever player, not a powerhouse. He's a player who would have preferred to play on quicker courts because he doesn't have a lot of power to get the ball through against someone who has the foot speed of Frances Tiafoe. So, yeah, I think you like Big Foe here on a lot of levels. Another factor here, too, I think Frances, training and living down in Orlando, Florida, is not going to be scared of the temperatures, which will hit the mid-90s. Humidity is currently 70% in New York. It is positively soupy, and I think that doesn't bother Frances too much.
All right, go to myutr.com for more data on the players on court today, which brings us to today's installment of the Tennis Channel U.S. Open Knockout Pool.